Hello, lovelies. I hope you're doing well. Happy New Year. I think is what I'm supposed to say. So I felt like wearing my hat, which means I can't wear my headphones. So I put my in-ear monitors in. I hardly ever get to wear those anymore, and they do sound delicious. Uh, but I just felt like wearing a hat. I don't always have to have my headphones on, but I'm going to play you a song. And when I play a song, I like to be able to hear it. But with my redneck engineering over here, the only way that I can be able to hear the song at the same time you do is to have some kind of headphones, because I'm not smart enough. A few of my YouTube videos, I actually just played it through my big speakers, and I kept rerouting and trying and rewiring, and finally figured out a way to play it so that we could hear the same exact thing. So anyway, I hope you had a wonderful Christmas. It felt like about 15 minutes ago it was Halloween. So, yeah. And then all of a sudden it was Thanksgiving, and then it was Christmas, and now it's a new year, and I'm sitting here wondering where it all went. My granddaddy told me when I was just a young man, I was watching him shave one day, and I said, I can't wait till one day when I can shave like you. And he looked at me with about a half-cocked smile and said, you just think that. He said, when you're old enough to actually grow whiskers, you'll hate every minute of it. And the fact that I have a beard right now shows Papa was right, because I do not care for the process of shaving, and I didn't have to look pretty for nobody. I haven't had any photo shoots or any shows, and so I just started No Shave November, and it just kind of turned into No Shave till I feel like it. So that's that. So I apologize if I look like somebody that might scare you in a parking lot, but I'm such a little fella. If I walked up, you bumped into me in a dark alley, you would just laugh. Look at this little fella. But anyway, well, Christmas was amazing. It was awesome. But I don't know how your weather was, but Nashville's not notorious for freezing weather. But one of the things that I've always loved about living here is that we do get 4 seasons. I grew up in Mississippi, where we had hot and Christmas, and then hot again. So, we do get 4 distinct seasons in Nashville. But one thing we very rarely get is freezing. We'll bounce around 30, once or twice a year sometimes. But right before Christmas, we got hit with that storm that a bunch of people got hit with, and it got down to 4 degrees, and we had to turn the emergency heat on because a furnace will not work below 30. So we turned that on, and we were going to, the way that we always do it, everybody has their traditions, but the way that we always do it, we go to my wife's parents' house Christmas Eve, and we eat and we share gifts, and then we come home, and we excitedly go to sleep, and then we wake up and see what Santa Claus brought us. And yes, I do believe in Santa Claus, and you can't tell me nothing different. However, it got down to 4 degrees with a wind chill of 14 below. Little unusual for us. And the power went off Christmas Eve, 6 a.m. By the time that we woke up, it was about 35 degrees in the house. My wife is an eternal optimist. She's the only person I've ever known that wakes up and the first thing she does is smile. I wake up and I snarl And I say something like, not again. I got to get up and do this again. So she woke up and started, trying to make things happen. I woke up irritable and in pain. And I did have a butane heater, and I cracked the window so that we could have at least one room in the house that was warm, where we could kind of get warm and then go pack things up. And we changed all of our plans. We got a 25-pound turkey, so we packed all of Christmas up. One thing I left out: we go Christmas Eve and we come back, have Santa Claus. Then her parents come over Christmas Day. I left that part out, and it's important. So we had to change all of that because the power was off and did not look like it was going to come back on. So we packed up everything, and we wound up staying Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. And it turned out lovely. It was wonderful. It's funny how some of the things that start off horrible wind up being such a gift if you can just adjust your heart and adjust your attitude. I talk about gratitude on here all the time because I really do believe that it is a superpower, because it will change everything if you can just view the world through the eyes of gratitude. And for someone like me, that is not easy, but I practice it all the time. And eventually I find it sometimes. So we packed everything up, and we had a lovely, lovely time. And it wound up being a Christmas that we will not soon forget. When we drove back, the power was on and everything seemed to be working. And that was that. I actually had made a post for YouTube, a Christmas post. And because of the chaos that had happened, I never got around to posting it. So I'm having to redo this, and instead of doing a Christmas video, I am doing a New Year video. So that's where we're at. A dear friend of mine, Jeffrey Steele, reached out right before Christmas. He said, hey, me and Chuck Cannon are getting together in the next day or two, and was wondering if you might want to hop in and come write a song with us. And I was like, yes, all kinds of yes, because both of those guys are legends in my eyes. And that's not blowing smoke. I look up to both of them. Especially when I first moved to town, those were two of the guys that, like, God, if I could write a song like either one of those guys, I'd be doing it. And so the fact that I am friends with them, and they are good friends, the kind of friends that, that encourage and lift up and help and love and pray for and comfort, and I'm truly grateful for that. So when he said, you want to come write? I said, yeah. And on my phone, I never do this with most writers, because the dirty little secret is some writers will take your idea and write it and forget to put your name on it. Jeff and Chuck are not like that. And so I said, but, I've not been writing a lot lately. But I do have a couple of ideas. Just because I've not been writing, I still write my ideas down. And I said, I've got this idea, and I've got this one. So I drove over to the studio, and we were talking and do the same thing that every writing session goes like. We talk about how you been, what's going on, how are things. And then inevitably it comes around to, well, do we have anything we want to write? Anybody got any ideas? And Jeff said, I said, well, I do have a couple ideas. He said, do you remember what you sent me? And I said, yeah. And I said, I got this. And he said, yeah, but. And he said, this one. And when he said it, Chuck Cannon said, oh, yeah, let's write that. So we did. And it is, that's a man that loves a woman. Now, I know there was When a Man Loves a Woman years ago. Michael Bolton and a bunch of people did it. I actually, on my Patreon page, I have a songwriting mentorship. And I have an older fellow that I've been working with in North Carolina. We were having a Zoom session, working him through a song, kind of helping him find the weak points and maybe strengthen him. I don't write with people on those sessions. I just kind of coach them and try to tell them what's weak, and you may want to look here, these two don't even rhyme, that kind of thing. And kind of help them learn the process of how to write a song, how to structure it, and I am big on, the last thing Nashville needs is another song. But what everybody needs is something heartfelt that moves them. And so that's kind of the thing that I was doing. But we were in the middle of a Zoom session, and the guy's wife walks in, and I saw it. I mean, I knew what happened. He stops everything, and he goes, "Oh yes, dear. Oh, of course." And love was just radiating off of his face. And I said it. He didn't hear me, but I went, "Now that's a man that loves a woman." Ooh, and I wrote it down. And that's where that came from. Sorry, my inner monitor just beeped a little bit. Sorry about that. And I'm not going to edit it out. So beeps and all, this is my take. So anyway, we wrote the song, and I love it. It's country, and I think it's awesome. We left. We started at 2. We left about 8 or so. Came back home, and Jeff's always been real good about it's so inspiring to watch him work, because he still loves music. He loves the process, he loves making it, he loves singing, he loves playing guitar, he loves writing songs. And he went back to his studio about midnight and made a demo, and that's what I'm about to play you. So I'll play you that, and then I have a few thoughts on the back end. Okay.
Never gonna hear him ask for anything. He's too busy out there trying to do everything. Busting his ass for a tank full of gas, the rent and a bag full of groceries, and the little things that make her happy. That's a man that loves a woman like a man supposed to do. Hard times are coming, but he ain't running. That's a man that loves a woman. Hell, everybody knows she could have done better. She's the glue that holds the whole damn thing together. She's the rock, she's the strong, she's the make this house a home. That's about all you'll ever hear him say. Now that's a man that loves a woman like a man supposed to do. Hard times are coming, he ain't running. That's a man that loves a woman. Damn near sit yours down to the hour. He walks in and buys his Friday flowers. We all know what's going on. He walks up there all alone, whispering I love you to a stone. Now there's a man that loves a woman like a man supposed to do. And that's a man that loves a woman like I love you.
Shoot. Come on now, you know that's good. And that is country. Couple things to point out. There's something really interesting that happens on the end there. There's three things that happen. The song starts out kind of one way, you know, where it's just a story about a man that loves a woman, and you're just pointing out, you know, that's what it looks like. And we had some discussion about how men are usually, you know, they don't ask for much. They just want to. It's built into their wiring. They want to provide. They want their household to feel safe. And that's why people have such a hard time buying things for Dad at Christmas, because when he says he don't want nothing, he means it. But he sure does want them kids and his wife happy. You know, that first line, little things that make her happy. That's what makes him happy. That's his gift. Now, when I was younger, first starting in Nashville, I was in a bad place mentally, and drinking, killing myself. And one of the highlights of those early songs was killing people in my songs, because I was just in a bad place. I was, you know, pessimistic, and you know, looking back on it, I think it was just a cry for help. That you know, now you could damn near set your watch down to the hour when he walks in and buys her Friday flowers. We all know what's going on when he walks up there all alone, whispering, "I love you" to a stone. So we did kill her, but I need to tell you something. That was not an easy choice. Without going into too much detail, but Chuck Cannon had lost his wife 3 or 4 years ago now. A beautiful, beautiful angel on this earth. So it was not a random, well, let's just, you know, it wasn't like that at all. It was very thoughtful, and we were careful to, in the respectful way that we did that. Another thing is we changed, the chorus had been happening on the one. And so rather than write a bridge for you aspiring songwriters, rather than write a bridge, instead of going to the one chord like we had been for the chorus, we went to the 4 chord, and it softened it for the down chorus, the smaller one. I said, man, you know, we went down. And so that was one. So we, you know, she dies. That was an important thing. And then we go to the 4 chord for that broke down chorus, and it softened and really changed the complexion of the whole song. And then the third thing was this entire song, it's us watching someone else's display of love, which is a beautiful thought. But then, you know, it says, the last chorus says, there's a man that loves a woman like a man's supposed to do. Yeah, that's a man that loves a woman. And then the entire thing shifts from this movie over here to me telling my lover, you know, that like I love you. And I just thought it was such a beautiful thought, and it changes the complexion of the entire song. And so anyway, I love it. And I think it's great. And I hope that you love it too. I have been getting these copyright strikes on my own songs, so I've been really struggling with that. And I'm hoping that doesn't happen hear. I wanted you to hear the whole thing. If it does, well, then I just won't be able to monetize it. I'm not going to do this another way. That's just stupid. So anyway, I hope you like it. I hope you're having a wonderful start to the year. I've always looked at New Year's as a clean slate, like somebody just taking the eraser and cleaning it off, and you get another start. And I hope yours is filled with hope, and I hope that you find dreams for yourself and achievements that you can look forward to. I hope that you're kind to each other. I hope that when you go to the grocery store and you unload your cart, that you take the cart back to where it's supposed to be, because that says a lot about you. It's just doing the right thing. And maybe this is the year for you to start doing the right thing. If you are in trouble, if you're drinking too much, if something, I hope that you can find the strength to ask for help, because we all need help. All of us need help. And if things are going great, I hope you make sure to express your gratitude. And if there are I love yous that you need to say, I hope that you say them. If there are things that you need to finish, I hope you finish them. And I wish you love and forgiveness and kindness and generosity and all good things is what I wish for you this year. And with that, I will bid you adieu. I love you very much, and I appreciate you listening. If you feel like you've gained something from this video, hit the subscribe button, hit the share button. If not, that's fine too. I'm just glad you're here. All right. Thank you very much, and I will speak to you shortly. All right. Take care. Bye-bye.